I feel like I'm crushing this game. I wouldn't even know how to say this without the accent. It's so ingrained. Ooh, you might have me here. What is that? I see myself as an influencer in the Jesus space. That's from Bombshell.
I see myself as an influencer in the Jesus space.
That's a character I didn't want to sit in. There are some characters where I'm like, oh, I want to be Harley for well, you don't want to be Harley for too long either because she's exhausting, but that was a character where you want to leave her behind at the end of the day.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Frighten, titillate. Right, frighten, titillate.
First time working with Kate McKinnon, it was so good. We didn't do an audition or a chemistry read together, so I didn't know that we were going to have such great chemistry. And thank God we did, because it's important for the story, but it also meant that later when it came to casting Barbie and Greta was like, I'm friends with Kate McKinnon, and I was like, I love her and we've got really good chemistry. So it was so good to team up again. But yeah, I love our relationship in Bombshell. It's so fun and I just love her so much. She's brilliant. Okay. Oh, I know this one. Who? What are you, a fucking owl? Who is she? From Wolf of Wall Street.
Who? What are you, a fucking owl? Who is she?
I wouldn't even know how to say this without the accent. It's so ingrained. That actually was not in the script. That was on the day. I find a Brooklyn accent far easier to do than other American regions because dropping the R is something we do in Australian as well. And actually hitting a really hard R is hard work for my mouth. Doing like the accent I did in Tonya, really, really strong R's. Like, I'm not a girly girl. It's like on the R's. Whereas like in Wolf of Wall Street, she's like Jordan. She doesn't even do an R. It's not Jordan. So I found it much easier. That's why I love doing a Brooklyn accent. I do a Brooklyn accent for Harley Quinn as well, and I love it.
We're gonna have to work together.
I'm America's best figure skater.
I never act in my own accent. I actually don't even know if I could now. It'd be so weird. I'd feel like I'm just playing myself, I think. The audition process for Wolf of Wall Street, they didn't need a known actor for that role, which at the time, not being a known actor is like the most exciting thing you can hear because everyone in town in my age demographic was like, oh my God, we can audition for a Scorsese film. I did a tape like everyone else, never expected Scorsese himself to see it. I just wanted Ellen Lewis, the casting agent, to like the tape and remember me for future things, but I never did the tape considering I'd actually get the role. You know, I got a call a while later saying, Scorsese's watched your tape and wants you to come in person to read with him and Leonardo DiCaprio. It was so much fun. It was my first movie in America and quite an introduction to the industry. Obviously, it was a wild and incredible film, and the set was wild and incredible as well. And everyone was just trying to one-up each other, do something crazier than the last person, and every scene would just escalate and get bigger and crazier and crazier and crazier. And I think Marty was really like fostering that atmosphere on set because he knew that's what this movie needed to be infused with, this idea of something spiraling out of control and the decadence getting even more crazy and insane. So on set, we had a bit of that vibe, which was so fun. Ah, okay. America. They want someone to love, and they want someone to hate. That's from I, Tonya.
America. They want someone to love. But they want someone to hate.
I, Tonya, the movie making it to the Oscars was kind of like Tonya Harding herself making it to the Olympics. There was like this feeling of, oh, we're like the scrappy underdog that like got into this fancy event and we're just gonna go for it. There was an extra satisfaction in knowing that, okay, we really took a big swing here and thank God we stuck the landing, as they say. I didn't have a cherished ambition of producing per se, but I wanted to be more involved in filmmaking, make my own things was, I guess, how I thought of it in my head is I want to make things. Without realizing exactly what the role of producer entailed back in my early 20s, you know, I just knew that I wanted to be more involved because I love all the aspects of putting a film together or a TV show together. And so then when I met my two best friends, Tom and Josie, they were ADs on a set and we spoke about making our own things. And the following year we started the company and started making our own things. Did any of these drawings by chance have thoughts of death and cellulite? That's from Barbie. I feel like I'm crushing this game.
Did any of these drawings by chance have thoughts of death and cellulite?
We at Lucky Chap find ourselves drawn to kind of scary territory, and the amount of expectation around a Barbie movie made it feel scary and thrilling. It also felt like it had obviously an innately female lens, given that the protagonist is a female character and has had so much of the male gaze on it throughout history, and then also female criticism, female celebration. I mean, it's just like the gender politics are kind of rife for exploring in a project like Barbie, and all the credit goes to Greta. And then you can't help but make things that you know your girlfriends are going to love, and you know your mom is going to love, you know, like deep down, that's who we really want to please or entertain. My closet is so populated by pink now, I am going to have to do a clean out. Otherwise, people are just going to be like, get over it, babe. It's over. Stop parading around in pink. What's that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry, it's the voices. That's Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad, because the third one is called The Suicide Squad. The first time I played Harley was in Suicide Squad.
What was that? I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices.
I got so into the comics because they're so good. They're really good. And just comic books as a medium is just like such a fascinating art form and so fun as an audience, as a reader. Yeah, I love the comics. I'm not shopping at this store, I'm robbing this store. Oh, that's Harley too. That's in Birds of Prey. It's in Birds of Prey? I'm not shopping this store, I'm robbing this store. Yeah, in the grocery store. Yeah, Birds of Prey.
I'm not shopping at this store. I'm robbing the store.
I immediately, when reading Harley, identified that she works best in a group. So I think a lot of people were kind of saying, like, what about a solo Harley film? And I was like, that'd be like watching a kid play in a playground on their own. Like, how fun is that going to be? Populate that playground. That's going to be fun for a character like Harley. And I really wanted like a girl gang movie. I wanted to do like a, group of female characters getting together and, kicking ass. I also produced that. It took quite a few years to put that one together, actually. Because at the time, doing an R-rated comic book film was not a sure thing. I pitched an R-rated version of Birds of Prey before Deadpool had come out, and Deadpool was the first big R-rated comic book success. So after that, it was easy, but when I first pitched it, they were like, you can't do a comic book movie with an R rating. It can't work. It was like breaking the algorithm. Maybe a year later, Deadpool trailer dropped, and I was like, well, if this movie works, do we get the R rating? And they said yes. And of course, Deadpool did really well, and we got the R rating. Laser focused with a half thought out plan, this is what a hero looks like, or a lunatic. Ooh, you might have me here. What is that? Laser focused with a half thought out plan, this is what a hero looks like, or a lunatic. Voiceover? Oh, is this from Peter Rabbit? Oh, wow. I think I've only watched that movie once. I need to go back and watch it.
Laser focused with a half thought out plan. This is what a hero looks like. Or a lunatic.
It's a tricky thing about animation. I find it really isolating. I really need to be with other actors. And being in like a recording booth, you're on your own. It's interesting and it's fun because you're doing what you do, but in a different set of circumstances, so you're challenged in that way. But I just don't find it as fun without other actors. And they're such fun movies, and I hope the fun comes through. But as soon as I did animate, did voiceover for animation, I was suddenly like, oh, this isn't my medium. I need to be on a film set. I need to be with actors. Thank you. Honey, you don't become a star. You either are one or you ain't. This is from Babylon. Nellie Leroy says that.
Honey, you don't become a star. You either are one or you ain't.
I'll never forget that line, because that scene was done in one shot. And I remember we did it 36 times, and it was like a 3-minute scene. And that's my record for most takes ever. Whatever you do, guys, just look after yourselves. Whatever you do, guys, just look after yourselves. I have no idea what that's from. Is it on Pan Am? Is it in Neighbours? Wow.
Whatever you do, guys, just look after yourselves.
That's the last line I ever said on Neighbours. Wow. In fairness to me, I was in over 300 episodes, so tricky to remember lines from Neighbours. I was just cold calling the casting agent's office. I kept calling, and then one day they let me through to her. I don't know why. I think it was a mistake. And then she was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 17. She's like, oh, we need a 17-year-old girl right now. Come in next week. And so I did, and I did the audition. And then I didn't hear anything. Like the Wolf of Wall Street situation, like did an audition. I was like, well, I messed that up, whatever. Didn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden they were like, you have the role, you start next week. And then I was on it for 3 years. It completely changed my life, not just because it was the first time I was like, had a regular bit of acting work that I was getting paid to do on a regular basis, like that changed my circumstances. Also, I learnt more on that set than anything else. It's an insane machine. The way a soap works is like, I wish everyone could witness it because it's truly remarkable. So I learnt so much about every department. I'm definitely a better producer because I did a soap for 3 years because I know what everyone is doing on set. And it was fun. I was like a teenager. It was the best.